Every Sunday night, Arthur would call Hope Radio. He'd lost his wife, Martha, a few years prior, and the loneliness was a heavy cloak. Inside the small radio station, Jenna, a kind-hearted woman in her 30s, would recognize Arthur's voice with warmth. She would gently welcome him back, her voice carrying a comforting warmth through the airwaves. Arthur never had much to say. Mostly, he just liked the sound of another voice. On one such night, he mentioned how the garden's overgrown since Martha's passing. He admitted he didn't have the heart to tend to it, a detail that revealed the weight of his solitude. Jenna would listen patiently, her heart aching for the lonely man on the other end of the line. She once suggested a prayer on the air to lighten his heavy heart. Arthur hesitated, but eventually agreed, moved by Jenna's understanding nature. And so Jenna began to pray with reverence and compassion, her words resonating through the airwaves in an attempt to bring a moment of peace into Arthur's life. After the prayer, Arthur didn't say much. He thanked Jenna quietly and hung up. But, unknown to him, that simple exchange would set off a chain of events. The next morning brought an extraordinary change. Letters began to arrive at Arthur's apartment. At first, just a few, then more, until he found himself surrounded by boxes overflowing with messages from strangers. Strangers, touched by his story, reached out to him. They shared their experiences of loss, offered words of comfort, and let Arthur know he was not forgotten. Each letter was a beacon of light in his darkness, bringing with it a piece of the human connection he so deeply missed. Among the many letters, Jenna received one from Arthur. It was a simple note of gratitude, not mentioning the radio show, but expressing his heartfelt thanks for the kindness he received. Jenna felt a quiet fulfillment, knowing she'd made a difference. Arthur never called Hope Radio again. Yet each night, until his last day, he kept those letters by his bedside. They served as a tangible reminder that even in his deepest solitude, human connection found its way to him.